is happening, guys? Welcome back to another episode. We are working on the wave breaker for the boat. I have my J-Wax ready to go to spray up. This mold has taken me ages to get right and perfect, but it looks pretty good. It looks schmick. And I cannot wait to get this out of the mold and sit it on the boat and see how it looks. So let's get straight into it. Now, to get the wave breaker shape, I drew this thing up on paint. So got the right shape and then just overlaid it onto a bit of cardboard to then put it up to the boat and see what it looked like.
The right shape?
I think so.
Well, put it on and see what happens. Like that, something on now. Something like here.
Just sits in that groove just in front of it, Chichi. See that groove, the recess? Yeah, that's it. Keep going. That's the one, down the bottom. Now just push it back a little bit towards the back. Yeah, about there.
Like that, so it looks something like that.
I think that looks pretty good.
There,
Yeah, that's the window.
that's the window in that.
Yep.
Mark there.
No, that looks good. I like that.
Alright?
Very good. That is what we're going to be using to make our mold. So we're going to trace it from the cardboard templates onto the melamine so we can get it onto the boat and start shaping it up. Long night on the boat. Got the wave breaker shape now sorted. Got a lot of work to do on that still. And we thought we'd have a bit of dinner. Mum got the goods.
Look at that. Spaghetti, meatballs, and a bit of pork. Yeah, the Honda.
Far out, Chich. How's that? Beautiful. The shape of it's actually come out really, really nice. It was quite hard to get this on the floor from the top of the boat. So we had to get that angle right, this angle, obviously the gap between the two windows on the sides. And of course, you know, you've got some left and right movement, so we need to make sure it's all lined up and straight before we do start glassing. Also, we've got to allow for fiberglass to get built up inside to make sure it fits where the window recess was originally. So I've allowed that with some cardboard. So I've actually set some cardboard inside the melamine when I was mounting it up on the top for the template. But I'll finish off this lip so we can start the glassing process, which I'm pretty excited about. We've got Chich cutting out the template for where our windows are going to be. They're the original templates to create the wave breaker. Now, I've got an 80mm border surround, which is going to be the size of our windows. So if we put that there, that cutout is where the window is going to be. A nice border and still has a lot of strength. So the mold was complete after we put a nice curve in all the corners. So spray up with J-Wax to separate the fiberglass from the mold when we're ready to pull it out and start glassing. Now, going back on the camera roll, I didn't really get much footage of glassing up the breaker, but we started off with a few layers of the 450 chop strand, and I also threw in some 1708 as well. So it came out to about 5-6 mil thick overall, but I did end up putting a few more layers of chop strand on after it was pulled out of the mold.
About this here, I didn't want to cut. Yeah, I've got to cut one, or you might want to come out a bit.
Yeah, no, I'll sort that out. This is the breaker ready to pull out of its mold. I don't think I've done a video of pulling one of my fiberglass bits out of the mold before. But yeah, here we are. So we're going to start pulling apart this mold.
Now, what are you going to do first? You're going to take all the screws out?
Yeah, I'll probably start taking the screws
Okay.
out.
I was a bit worried with that. Yeah, fucking hell. Better than I thought. I thought it was going to break up then. Lucky you put that groove there, eh? Careful.
There you go, Chish. We're out of the mould. That's our wave breaker. A lot of cleaning up to do, but it's out. Next up, we're going to be trimming it up. There's a lot of excess that we do need to finish up on this breaker. Still got a bit to trim along there, and of course the top of the breaker as well. The lip needs to be trimmed down as well. I've tapered the top of the lip down to 20 mil, and I think it looks great. I've given myself 30 mil where the recess is. That is where the window is going to be sitting. Where the fiberglass goes to the recess didn't really go to planned. So yeah, a little bit of stuffing around with fairing there, but let's set it on the boat and just see it actually fits before we do anything else. So we've just put a couple more layers of some 450 chock on the wave breaker just to get a little bit more depth. Once we actually tab this into the boat, it's just going to add a shitload more strength in it. So we've got a bit of bogging to do around the recess for the windows, but that's not for later anyway. So yeah, let's fit her up and see how we look.
About there?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. That's it. All right? Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's pretty good.
That's turned out all right.
Looks pretty good, doesn't it? After weeks of work making this mold for the breaker and just seeing it fit on the boat for the first time, I'm pretty chuffed. Like, have a go. It's not bad. Look, a little bit of teething to do around where it sits, but the way that it looks on the boat is just stunning. How good is that? Now, another thing we're going to do is we have to glass these old windows in. They're going to be gone because we do have the new windows up on top, and I think that's a bit of an old school design. Windows in the cabin, so yeah, that's going to be obsolete. So we'll glass those up and just make that wave breaker look a hell of a lot better. But man, does that look good. So this is the wave breaker from inside. I think it's the perfect height. So as we're standing up, you got perfect vision on top, but as we're actually sitting down in the seat, you've got plenty of vision through the windows as well, especially when you're mooring up on the jetty. Yeah, full 360 vision, so very happy with that. And it just looks smick. Perfect proportion, I'm happy with it. Now, as you can see, so this is the console that's all tabbed in around the edge, all the way through the perimeter. So now what we've got to do is bog the inside of this console. So if we actually jump in here, where our hatch is, I've actually cut a hole up on the roof. I'm going to have the roof lining, so you're actually not going to see this, but this is actually where a bit of my electrical is going to be sitting. So my head unit, stuff like that, is going to be mounted up, but I can get in here and tab the inside of that console. So we have to do that as well. I've also cut out a hole here where all the electrical is going to go through to get to the back of the boat. Now, it probably wasn't the most in-depth video, but I basically put together what I had. It was a bit of a side project for the Pacemaker. So yeah, pretty happy how it actually turned out. I do have to glass it in the boat. Yeah, hopefully you enjoyed that episode, and I'll see you in the next one.
Thanks for watching, and I'll catch up with you another time.
You.